Bucks trailing. Moores, right wing, drives to the baseline, and move over Eric Klein. The South Dakota AA all-time scoring leader is from Yankton, South Dakota, and he is a Yankton Buck. Junior Matthew Moores hits the back iron, no good. Moores clears the glass, brings it up for Yankton. Splits two defenders, goes all the way to the rim, and slams it home here at the Summit Activities Center. Why not start off with a bang? Webben, two Fetters, pump fake, no loose or right, gives it to Webben, up for three, top of the key. You can count it. Madison Webben, three-point jumper, right wing, and splash. The Mad Dog extends it 12-5 here for the Gazelles. Ball taken away by Madison Webben, gives it to Wolfgram. She'll push it back up the court for the Gazelles. Wide open three, she'll take it. Gazelles with the lead. Brings the Summit Activity Center to its feet. Right wing feeds it into Fetters, out to Webben, another three. You can't count it. The Mad Dog on fire here at the Summit. Kate Beeman brings it up for the Gazelles. 7 seconds and 5. Here, and we'll let them dribble it out. And for the first time since 2006, the Yankton Gazelles can say they are ESD champions. Very special night, and the win streak is extended to 10 games.
And we are back right now with Yankton Gazelles senior Kelsey Oswald as the Gazelles get ready for the state tournament. First of all, Kelsey, how does that sound to you, getting ready for the state AA girls tournament?
It's definitely something that we haven't heard before because we haven't made it in a long time. So it's really exciting for all of us. We're all very excited, and we're determined that once we get there, we're going to get the job done. So,
how about working with the coaches, the coaching staff? How's that been through this season and everything?
The coaches have been great through this whole thing. They've really pushed us to our limits, and it's obviously shown through our performances. We're doing very well, so I think that with everything that they're doing, it's just like working for us this year, and it has been like it's just a work in progress. I think in everything we do, it's just a work in progress. So we're finally getting where we want to be. So,
what do you feel has been a big strength of the team, especially as you're going through that 10-game winning streak and everything?
I think our biggest strength that we've had this year is we've really been able to execute our plays, and that's gotten us points. And then our defense has always been one of our biggest strengths, so I think that combined with our execution has just really pushed us to the next level. So.
And how about you? You're oftentimes having to guard the toughest player on the other team and everything, and the Gazelles are certainly smaller than some of the other opponents. What are some keys defensively?
I think especially you just got to move your feet. That's something that sometimes even I struggle with when I get in foul trouble is you got to move your feet, especially on the fast girls. So I think that and then just like knowing that you always have help, you can put yourself in positions that you know when you have other teammates there, it's going to be like, okay, so.
Are you ready to go get him next week?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yankton Gazelles senior Kelsey Oswald. Well, on our Gazelles preview show, we now talk with Yankton senior Madison Webben. And Madison, first of all, just how does it feel to be going to the state tournament?
It's an unreal feeling. We've been this is our whole goal the whole season, and we finally accomplished it, so it feels awesome.
Is there any point of the season, and obviously you had a very tough schedule the first month or 6 weeks, but you really felt that things started to kick in for the Gazelles?
We knew that our first, how many games are going to be tough, but once we got on our little streak, it was a really good feeling, and I knew that once we got on it, we would end up where we are.
And how about you personally? Because you got on a good streak of really shooting the basketball. What were some of the things that were really working for you?
I couldn't have done that without my teammates. They found me and they had confidence in me and knew that I could shoot the ball well, so that really helped me.
And how about this senior group who you've done so many activities and sports with? How has it been, through all these years working with these Gazelle teammates?
It's a very special group. I love all the girls that I play with, but especially them because we've been playing together forever. Our chemistry is unreal, and I think that's what helped us get to where we are now.
Are you ready to go have a successful state tournament?
Oh, of course.
And there she is, Yankton Gazelle senior Madison Webben. And now talking with Yankton Gazelles head basketball coach Trey Krier. Trey, first of all, just how do you feel about the work that everybody in the program did to be able to get to this point heading to a state tournament?
Yeah, and last week, Friday, I said this a couple of times, and I really had a chance to think about it over the weekend. Excited and proud are two words that just don't give enough justice to how I feel and how we feel about where we're at right now. This is a journey that started 5 years ago for some of these seniors, being a part of Gazelle basketball and the off-season work, and then four varsity basketball seasons for some of them to get to a point where they have an opportunity to get themselves in the state tournament and they get it accomplished. So really fun to watch our kids on Friday night after the game cutting down the net, just watching them interact with people. Even more fun to kind of hear from some of the past Gazelles over the course of the last couple of days and things that they didn't quite get done and accomplish that they still feel a part of, which is really fun.
And Trey, what were some keys to the Gazelles, obviously in that big winning streak, to be able to get to that point, to get into the top 5 in the state, and then obviously qualify?
Yeah, defensively is really where we've hung our hat for 6 years that I've been part of the program, and it's continued to be that way here. And Friday night in particular, we were able to finally get a couple of stops strung together and allowed our offense a chance to kind of get going. And once we did that, and we're able to string 2, 3, 4, 5 stops in a row, the offensive end really started to click for us. And at that point, then we just were able to maintain for the rest of the game. And that's what we've done over the course of the second half of the season. And something that we're hoping to be able to carry up into Sioux Falls here next week. Okay, what will be some keys? First game, you have to take it one at a time against Harrisburg, where you had such a great close game, nice victory earlier. What are some keys against the Tigers for Yankton? Yeah, we've had an opportunity now to kind of evaluate that game a little bit more in depth, and we obviously won a 2-point ball game, but we gave up 58 points, which is a high number for us defensively. So we got some areas defensively that we need to shore up a little bit, and then we're going to have to be able to be as effective, if not better, on the offensive end. We shot the ball extremely well against them the first time, executed the offensive end extremely well as well. So they're going to be ready for us just as much as we're ready for them, so we're going to have to be just as sharp. And Trey, how about just the support from the parents, students, the community, and everything for this Gazelles basketball and Yankton basketball in general? Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and just to see the number of different people who recognize what we accomplished, driving through Burger King, getting congratulations from the people handing you your food, and that's what makes Yankton special. That's what makes this experience special for me and for our kids as well. And I better ask about your assistant coaches too, because obviously I know it's a real team that you put together to be able to make this happen. Absolutely. I wouldn't be anywhere without the work of Amy Long and Jill Muth, Becky Frick, and Taylor Hermson. After we win the game on Friday, the amount of work and busy work that you have to do to get ready for a state tournament is almost ridiculous. So fortunate for me, I've been able to turn a lot of that stuff over to Amy and Jill, and they've been able to kind of run with it and get the job done. And very similar to what they've kind of done all year for me is make my job be as absolutely easy as we possibly can. And we thank them very much for the work that they've done. And right now, we're spending time with Yankton Bucks senior Cooper Corneman. And Cooper, as you look at the success of this season, 16-4 against a very tough schedule, what was important for Yankton to have a good season so far?
I think we had to have a lot of leadership through those more intense and tough games because young guys haven't really been at that yet, and so gotta have good leadership to get through those ones, and which I think we did all good all year, displaying that. Just keeping young guys being able to play with us at that level and stuff like that.
Well, that's a good point. With all these tough teams you play, you needed to have more guys fill out the team this year. Do you feel a lot of the kids improved on the squad?
Yeah, I feel like they improved tremendously and got really quick. Well, they had to improve really quick to keep us have a good record looking to do it. So they didn't really have an option, and they responded very well. So
that's a good way to put it. With that tough schedule, there wasn't much option. Cooper, how about yourself? What do you feel you improved at here in the senior basketball season?
I've always been able to shoot the ball pretty well, but I think from range or 3-point this year, I feel like every time I put the ball up, I feel like it's going in and out this year. So I don't know if that's just more confidence or getting in the gym more, but I don't know, I feel like that's a very big part of my game right now.
another big part of the team play, and I keep all the statistics, is very few turnovers. Has that been a big part of the game where you're not giving up a lot of easy baskets?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of our ball handlers are very veteran and have been there, handled the ball a lot, so I feel like turnovers are not a lot. We don't do a lot of turnovers.
And that's a good thing.
We need more possessions for us is better for us. So.
For sure. And you've seen the last couple of state tournaments, obviously, as a Bucks player. What's important when you head to a state tournament to have success?
I think everyone's gotta go there not thinking we're gonna win it, but having confidence we can win it, and just taking it more of as a business trip, not a trip with your friends.
I like that. Very good. Thank you, Cooper. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot to Yankton Bucks senior Cooper Korneman. Right now we are talking with Yankton Bucks senior Hunter Kotras as we get ready for the state tournament. Hunter, how about yourself personally? What were some of the things in your game that you feel really improved during this senior year?
Me personally, I think my rebounding, and I can kind of stretch the floor a little bit now, being able to shoot the ball a little bit more this year, and just a lot of stuff that I worked on this year, and being able to play a little more defense and move.
Absolutely. How about team-wise? What was important for the Bucks? How do you feel the team progressed during this season?
We had a lot of younger guys step up this year, and just everybody playing their roles, and just everybody getting in the gym, working hard in the off season. That helped out a lot.
And I want to ask you too about working with the coaches. How about what helped you and the team develop as the season went along?
Just our coaches pushing us every day and getting in the gym as much as we can, and them being there with us and just pushing us to be our best.
Hey, I better ask you, how about for college next year? What are you going to be doing for college and for hoops?
I'm excited to play basketball next year at Mount Marty, and I'll be pursuing a career in family practitioner, and I'm really excited to go play ball for 4 more years, hopefully.
Very good, but first things first, how do you feel about the team heading into a state tournament?
I'm really excited. I think we should do pretty good. We just got to make sure we're playing solid defense and just work on everything that we worked on all year, and we should be all right.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to Hunter Kotras, Yankton Bucks senior. And now we're talking with Yankton Bucks senior Dylan Horn, finding out a little bit about the season. Dylan, how about you personally? What do you feel was part of your improvement on this team to really help the Bucks have success?
Well, this year I've been in large a role player for the Bucks, and that's fine by me. Do whatever I can to help the team the most. I've been shooting fairly well this year for the most part. I've had struggles, but of course, everybody has their struggles. But other than that, I just try to help keep everybody else on the team on track.
How about the Bucks defensively? You've kept teams, for the most part, really in check. What do you feel has been an important part of Yankton's defense?
Well, Coach Haynes has always made sure we're very disciplined on the defensive end, and that's something we emphasize greatly in practice and in games. That's our main focus. We want to be the best we can defensively. And so I think that's a large part of it, is just the emphasis we put on defense.
It's a lot of guys have really come together to have a good 16-4 season. How do you feel about guys, even though ones who are not starting? What are some key things that they've all helped with?
Well, obviously, Trevor Fitzgerald, he's very good defender. He plays very hard. Aiden Feaser's been guarding very well, and he's been facilitating this year as well, and that's a major key. Jaden Krall stepped up this year, and he's been very influential in a lot of the games. So all these guys are just stepping up, and Coach Haynes always tells us that we've been playing basketball our whole lives. We just need to be confident in our ability and go out there and play, and so that's been a main focus.
Very good, Dylan. How about yourself? What are you looking at in the future after a graduation from YHS?
As of right now, I plan on going to Sioux Falls to Southeast Tech. I have a Build Dakota scholarship there, and so I look forward to that, and I'm going to be studying construction management, and so I look forward to hopefully getting my own business one day.
Isn't that neat? Good for you, Dylan, and look forward to good success for the Bucks next week.
Of course.
All right, thank you very much, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot to Dylan Horn, Yankton Bucks Senior on 1450 KYNT. And we are talking right now with Yankton Bucks junior Matthew Moores after a terrific season for Yankton, number 1 seed in AA, 16-4 record. Matthew, how about the team's success this year? What were a couple of the things you feel important to the Bucks' success?
Well, I think we just emphasized beginning of the year that we just wanted to get back to the state tournament and that Friday night atmosphere, and to be in one of those games, just to get back there is what we've been working towards all season, and we're getting closer to being able to do that. So hopefully we can just keep pushing away at it.
Do you feel the tough schedule that the Bucks had also helped the team as the season went along?
Yeah, for sure. I think we had one of the toughest schedules in all of South Dakota, and maybe like ever played in South Dakota. But I think that just helped us prepare for what's going to come here at the state tournament, and hopefully we can end up on our side.
How about yourself personally? What part of the game do you feel has improved the most over this past year?
Well, I think I improved in everything that I possibly could, but especially being a leader for this team and being able to help out with other things besides scoring, because this year I was seeing a lot of double teams and maybe triple teams at times. So just being able to do other things to help my team win.
And speaking of that, how about becoming the all-time AA leader in points scored? I mean, that's an impressive performance, and I know the team's a big part of that.
Yeah, well, I can't thank my teammates, coaches, and family enough for everything that they've done, and I put a lot of hard work and time and effort into this happening. And again, it's not the most important thing in the world, but it's a really cool feat that I accomplished. And right now we're just focused on winning basketball games.
Well, and I'll ask the other guys this too. To have success at the state tournament, what's important for the Yankton Bucks?
I think to be successful at the state tournament, we need to be at our best defensively. And I think our offense, that'll be there. So we just need to focus on defense, and that's what we've been doing so far this week. And then just the whole team coming together as one. And that's the best part about the state tournament. You're with everybody for 3-4 days, and you're all just in the hotel, and you get to represent Yankton and your family and your friends. So that's the best part about the state tournament.
Congratulations. Good luck in the week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Yankton Bucks junior Matthew Moores here on 1450 KYNT. I'm Scott Krustra here on 1450 KYNT, and the Yankton Bucks basketball team is the number 1 seed heading into the state AA basketball tournament. And right now with Yankton head coach Chris Haynes. Chris, first of all, a recap of the season. Obviously a 16-4 record against very tough competition. How do you feel things were progressing as you went through a really tough early season schedule too?
Yeah, I thought we had a great season. You did a nice job, I think, at the beginning of the season, just demonstrating the schedule that we had.
Really tough.
Yeah, by far the hardest schedule that we've played since I've been here. And it was good. I think our guys survived some things, especially early, some illness and some injury, and still able to win some games. And then, like you said, to go 16-4 against that schedule, playing all the AA teams, and ironically, the one AA team that we haven't played is Rapid City Central, which we're scheduled to play in the first round. And then, the games that were out of AA basketball were, Sioux City East, which was the state in the top 5 or whatever the whole year in Iowa in the big class. The 2 Hoop City Classic games, Lynn English, they're playing for a state championship again in the big class in Massachusetts today. Houston, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, and then St. Thomas more.
Yeah, that's
so some really good opponents, and just overall very happy with how this kids did all year.
And do you feel that tough schedule was also a good thing, leading to improvement through the team as the year went along?
100%. Coach Morris obviously did a lot of work on our schedule, and when we sat down and talked the last couple of years about putting this together, thought we might have a chance to have a decent team and a decent season, so we wanted to challenge ourselves and put a challenging schedule together. And with the thoughts of doing that to prepare yourself for the postseason. And hopefully we feel like we've done that and put ourselves in a good position heading into the state tournament.
And Chris, we know about Matthew Morris and Cooper Korneman, certainly, and we'll talk about them in a second, but how about the improvement of the other guys that really rounded out to the team and made it so successful?
Yeah, we've had a lot of improvement from those guys. Obviously, Cooper and Matthew have carried the scoring load, and those guys have to make plays for us. You know, the ball needs to be in Matthew and Cooper's hands, and you know, you have arguably, you know, the best player in South Dakota prep history, and you have an all-state point guard. So they have to have the ball, they need to make plays, and they've done that all year. But the other thing is that especially, you know, double teams going at them, and defenses has focused on those too, that other guys need to step up and make plays, and they have. And I think the improvement of our two junior guards and Trevor and Aiden has been tremendous throughout the season. Obviously, Hunter has continued to develop all season long and done a really nice job. And then some younger guys off the bench and another senior off the bench, Dylan Horn, have added some pieces that we've needed.
Is there any part, any facet of the game, whether it's offense, defense, rebounding, lack of turnovers, that has really, you know, been great and helped the ball club win so many games?
I think all the above. This has been a team that has figured out ways to win and put themselves in position to win basketball games. Other than the one at the Hoop City Classic, we've been in every single game and had a chance to win every single game. And you know, that's all you can ask of your guys to keep working hard and doing that thing. And if you look at it, we've won some games, we're scoring a lot of points, and we've won low-scoring games. We've won games that are kind of up and down, and we play games that are slower paced. And so I think that's a sign of a good basketball team, though, too, is when they can find different ways to win. And our guys have been able to do that.
I know you got your 100th coaching victory during the season, so congratulations, and also that's a big tribute to all the assistant coaches as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, the assistant coaches that you've had, and you know, we've been fortunate to have great players here the last 8 years, a lot of all-state players, and you know, that's what it's really about. You know, we need great players, and you know, we've been fortunate to have that.
And how about the first round opponent, Rapid City Central? You're right, the Bucks did not play them. So what do you know, and what will be keys in that game?
Great guard play. They're really coming along here. They have really good juniors, their guards, and they have good size at their guards. The 1, 2, and 3 positions they're really strong at. Very quick, very athletic. Those 3 guys are averaging like 15, 13, and 11 points, so 3 double-figure scores. Very quick athletic team. They love to score in transition and get out and run. So we're going to obviously have to do a good job of being able to limit those things. But a team that's playing as well as anyone right now, and we'll have our hands full in the first round, no doubt about it.
All right, congratulations on a fine season, and go Bucks.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.